I'm Regina, and you, my friends, are you. What is up? It's just nice to be here. I don't really have much going on, and my phone's ringing, and oh, my stars. Let me tell you, let's get the business out of the way. Here we are on Conversations with Regina. Welcome to my channel, and please like and subscribe. There, and be notified. I think that was just about the only place my notification came out this morning was in YouTube notifications. I failed to put it in Facebook. There is a big disconnect between StreamYard right now and when I try to share it any place. It's just one of those little problems that I keep struggling with, and I like this app pretty well. I think we're going to stick with it. Hi, Diana, and this is what it is. I kind of wanted to try melon, and then yesterday or day before I was doing another test there and I couldn't get a picture. And so, yeah. I am just kind of fired up. There's so much going on in my little head. I just couldn't really figure out what to have for a topic today. We've covered a lot of different things, and then gosh, and I think it's kind of like time to try and bring all that together, because we've talked about community. I got a reading that I want to start off the day with instead of going for a while, because we can kind of talk about what is said in the reading and all the different things that tie us all together, because what we're really trying to establish is community of people, of human beings. And most of us are pretty feminine in nature, and here we are, and that reminds me of what I forgot to talk about. I forgot to mention Ray's Roast Coffee. This show is brought to you by Ray's Roast Coffee. Since I own Ray's Roast, I think I'm going to try and have a coffee show coming up in a couple weeks. We are not going to have a show next week. I go in to have my face burned off tomorrow. And so just because I don't really want to worry about coming on here with a scabby, scarred face and whatnot, I think I'm just going to cancel next week's show right now. I talked last week about maybe taking a week off. Well, this presents me the opportunity to do it. So here we go. I'm going to take a week off. That'll be a first in a long time. And so I hope you guys can find something else to do, darn. So I said hi to Diana. I did not say hi to Sarah. Good to see you, Sarah. Lovely chat with you this morning. And Naya, hi. How is everybody? Oh, dear. And Teresa, hometown girl. It's great. I wish we could see each other. You're on the other side of the track, and I'm over here, and God, both sides of the tracks in this town are the same. Anyway, yeah, good to see you. I'm glad you hit the notification buzzer. Anyway, here's this reading. Where's my ding-a-ling from my dear friend Casey. So I really kind of like the way this started off, and then it gets into a bunch of other things, and it really kind of fits with our community. And so, you know, you've been on the other side, but boy, me too. So this starts off, this is from a Mirabai Starr book, Wild Mercy. And she starts off talking, you feel special. Sometimes this feels like a curse, like no one will understand you, ever. Like you will always be an alien walking among regular humans, pretending to blend in. You have learned to live with this gulf, but what you really crave is community. You long to belong to the human family, to Mother Earth. Participating in the human condition can be bewildering. It is just not always cozy and easy. Rather, it's humbling at best, downright humiliating when it's not flowing. It can seem so much simpler to ride solo, slaying your own dragons and singing the ballads you wrote about yourself. Collaboration and the prevailing masculine value system may have conditioned you to feel like you're giving away your power when you share it with others. So what? Give it away. The time of the singular sage bestowing his unique wisdom is over. That was a method devised by the men in charge who sought to regulate wisdom. They taught us to suffer alone in the desert for 40 years, collecting our insights in a secret box labeled esoteric knowledge. Then we were supposed to dispense those insights stingily to those who proved themselves worthy by also suffering alone for the requisite 40 years in the desert. It turns out that this world is filled with special beings grappling our way through the anxiety of solitary conundrums and tasting the occasional reprieve of connection. When you realize this, your body lets out a breath and relaxes. The curse lifts. You come in from the cold. You hold out your cup, and some other special being fills it with sweet, milky tea spiced with fragrant herbs you drink. Our way, the way of the feminine, is to find out what everyone is good at and praise them for it and get them to reach it, teach it to one another. Maybe you know something about the hidden meanings of the old Hebrew letters, or how to build a sustainable home from recycled tires and rammed soil, or to loving kindness meditation. You, the one who knows the Islamic call to prayer, climb this minaret and call us all to prayer. You, the one who knows how to sit quietly at the bedside of the dying, show us the way to bear witness. You, the one who knows how to get us to wake up to the shadow of privilege, please wake us the fuck up. It will be chaotic, all this community building, but your cooperation will save the world. Besides, it'll be fun. So let's start off with that this morning. Can you imagine if we all just banded together and put aside our differences? Wow. You know, it could be fun. It could be interesting. I'm sure it would be interesting. But, you know, I mean, this is what we do. We build community. We need the community, especially people who are watching this show. You know, all of us need a certain element of community to feel part of something. And how important is that? You know, we need to be kind. We need to be forgiving. We need to feel the community. I mean, oh my stars, where would I be in this town if it wasn't for that being part of the community that I've worked, reasonably hard to achieve? And where would I be without you guys? I mean, you give me the confidence to be able to go out into the world and and to do something for us. And you give me the confidence, and my local people give me the confidence to come here and do this. And it's, give and take everywhere, always. And that's what I need to learn, and what I need to be cognizant of. And oh gosh, it's just so cool to, put down, our differences and seek the commonality of it all. That's what I like about life. Life is so cool, and it's learning how to live with each other. And oh my gosh, and it's not always easy. Story time number one, I had a man in my house all weekend to redo the floor of my kitchen. Yeah, I did a little remodeling project. I sat in the living room while he worked, and I was his gopher. At all. I did a wonderful job, but God, I didn't eat well for 3 days, and it just really sucked a lot out of me, not being able to use my kitchen, because there's no restaurants open. There's no place to go to sit and relax and eat. And I got tired of eating frickin' cold pizza. And oh, mercy me. Oh. So, I glance over at the comments and oh my God, how come that one? And it always moves. The one that I want. I love that one. Where'd that one go? I think she retracted it. There, that's the one. I love it, Sarah. Oh dear. So anyway, back to the community aspect of life, whether it's here or Belgium or New Zealand or whatnot, we need to be being part of the community, because that's what changes everything for folks like us. And the way we get that confidence is right here in rooms like this or any other channel. And what more can we do? We've got to keep the message positive. We got to build each other up. We've got to do that so we can be a community. And oh mercy, that's what it all boils down to. I had kind of thought, oh darn, about all these different things I could talk about today, and I slept on it. I titled my thumbnail last night, and I was, because we had talked about doing it on when, I think it was when Anne was here a couple of weeks ago, I had thrown it out there to talk about, a dying one, where we actually bring death into our conversation, because that's part of life too. None of us getting out of here alive, without going through that stage. And there's so much fear that's involved with that. And there's really nothing to fear about it. it's like, in my belief system is that we're going someplace. We're going back to the melting pot. And then pretty soon after we get there, we'll be shot out to do it all over again. But as we keep progressing through life, we eventually get to stay in the melting pot, I guess. I don't know. But it's exciting. We get to learn something, we get to do something. What happens here on this plane doesn't matter, because we'll be dead. But we're carrying on, and we've got the chance to come back and change things. And that's the progress to where we're all just spiritual beings, loving awareness. And that appeals to me, and it's something I can live with. You all can have your own beliefs, and that's fine too. I don't really want anybody else to believe the same thing I do. What a boring world it would be if we all believed the same. I don't want people to be like me. I want to be unique. I want everybody to be unique. We're all unique people. God, I roast good coffee. Oh, mercy. So anyway, I'd like to pat myself on the back. So there we have it, so now I've broached that subject more with that in the future, because I think with a guest it would be better, so you get a little give and take on it, and there's less fear. I love this, Casey. There's less fear when you have a trustworthy group standing next to you. So true. So true. I think that, and that's exactly kind of what we're talking about here today, I think, is having that trustworthy group standing next to you. And the worst part about life is, where'd that go? Worst part is losing those that you love. But the best part about life is getting to know and love those that we lose, to have our heart go out and we got to share part of our lives together. And I tend to like to think about it in a positive manner. Having lost my partner, I certainly know what you're talking about. But the way that I deal with that grief today is just being so grateful that we had that time together, because one of us is going to have to die first, unless we're killed in a car accident or something. And so I am glad that I got to know my friend, my lover, Mickey, when I did. Otherwise I would have missed it. And what's this one? Not just transgender, but everyone within the alphabet mafia. Just the variance that emerges within the human race is just out of context here. Oh dear. So now there we go. Oh gosh. So anyway, so community, that is really kind of where we're at again. And I love that. I love community. And oh gosh. Been reading these comments a little bit and kind of lost my train of thought. Squirrel, It's always that way with me, isn't it? You guys know as well as I do, how easily distracted I get. I'm sorry. But it's just life with Regina. So there you have it. And I don't know. Where should we go now? I keep holding my hand up there. You can see the back of my arm. You know, I had to go to the dermatologist here a while ago, and they gave me this cream to put on my arms. And had I known that this is not quite a full length sleeve, I probably wouldn't have worn this top. I grabbed it because it has longer sleeves, but I'm having to put this cream on my arms, and it eats away all the bad cancerous keratosis skin, and my arms are just ugly, and I only have like 10 more days to do it. But it's so blue collar hero. So anyway, you know, the backs of my arms are bad. That's the good one. Yeah. Oh, there. That's what it looks like. That's from being out in the sunshine without sunscreen for years and years and years. Well, I certainly wouldn't disagree with that blue collar hero. But what do we do when we have relationships that can be toxic? You know, how do we deal with that? How do we still keep those people in our community? And you know, how do we set boundaries, I guess is the issue. You know, the question. I had a friend here a couple, 2-3 weeks ago that had started talking to me months ago about her boyfriend doing things that she thought was inappropriate. And I agreed with her. I thought the guy was a cretin, and I have repeatedly told her so. And then here a few weeks back, he started being physical with her, and I said, you need to kick him out now. And this is unacceptable. And so eventually she finally did that. But then she started calling me about wanting to take him back, and always going over the same things. And I realize that I'm a little bit of an empath with that, because the more we talked about it, the sicker I became. And I finally had to say, honey, I can't do this. You know, you need to call a therapist and take care of this on your own, because I can't do it, you know, because I would get off the phone with her and be physically sick, vomiting and everything. And it was the toxicity of that negativity was affecting me adversely. And she's like one of my oldest friends. You know, I don't have a lot of really old friends. And you know, it was really hard to do that. But I just couldn't. You know, sometimes we got to draw those boundaries and set boundaries that aren't flexible with each other, and that's hard. I've always been somewhat of a people person, which fits into that empath deal, and you know, people pleaser, I guess, and you know, I just now that I know what that's coming from, I just can't do it anymore. It is, not healthy. And so, this is part of the growth that I'm experiencing, is being able to set boundaries. We never knew when I was a child about boundaries. What the fuck is a boundary? That's what I thought. When I first started hearing that, oh, set boundaries. What the fuck is that? I don't know what that is. I don't even know. So how can I set a boundary? So, oh my gosh, I got the wrong thing going there. So, how do we do that? That's like being honest. The thing I saw the other day when I was struggling with this so much, I turned on the TV and there was this chance for me to watch a little video, 6 minutes long, with Ram Dass. And he was telling this story about him and his guru, and the guru would tell him to love everybody and tell the truth. And he would say, okay, I love everybody, and then go in and talk to the Maharaji again. And the dude looked at him and says, love everybody and tell the truth. And nothing started changing until he went in and says, I hate everybody. All these people are taking your time away from me. And it all came out in this like very self-centered. And then, he was able to work on it then. And so, as bad as that might sound, I see the wisdom behind that now. Sometimes we just need to talk about what we don't like or who we don't like and get past it, and then start finding that commonality that we all have, because we're human beings and we all bleed blood and we all have flesh and nothing else really matters. And so that's the common ground. We breathe oxygen. We're creatures of this planet. And so how do we work together? How do we get past our differences? And how do we do that? How? And it's something I struggle with. Take the last administration, for example. How many of us in this room like that dude? None of us, would be my guess. There are very few. And how do we find it to forgive and to let things go? And after he's in jail, I don't know. It's not easy for me. I don't want to. That was one of our most watched shows, was the show about forgiveness. And that was interesting. So if be kind is, the religion that the Dalai Lama professes to be of, is one thing. If we're being kind, and in order for us to love everyone, we have to be able to forgive and learn how to quit looking at our differences and start looking at our commonalities. And I guess it's why I'm not a guru. You know, why I struggle is because this stuff, this living a more spiritual life is difficult. You know, if it was easy, we would all be Maharajis or Jesus or whoever, you know, whoever you follow. Um, but instead, we're just human beings that suffer in the human condition, trying to figure out a way of getting from one day to the next, and get the equality and respect of our community, and put food on the table, be able to look in the mirror with respect, you know, and wow, you know, it's just not that flippin' easy. So how do we do it the best that we can? Um, so, you know, here comes my next trick, my new trick for today. I don't have a guest, so bear with me for a minute. I'm going to try something, and we shall see how it works. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. Oh, we went black. What happened? Oh my God. Oh my. Are you guys still there? Can you hear me? Oh my. Are you guys there? Is anybody out there? Smile if you can hear me. Two Reginas? What happened? Hi, Cadence. I think that I think that didn't work. You know, it all bound up. So this is one Regina now. So what happens if I shut this other deal off? Nothing. Are we all good? Oh my, that was kind of funny. So much for trying to bring in something else. I wonder what happened. You know, I guess I just don't have enough upload or download speed or whatever. I would have thought that just bringing a document on would have been pretty good, but epic fail. Amen. Amen. Um, Oh gosh, I'm glad. I'm just feeling good that I got back to here, and it wasn't really a shortened show by much. You only lost me for a couple minutes. Oh, stop, Christy. I tried it before I even came on to see if it would work, and it was working, but I wasn't live streaming at that point. So back to the drawing boards. I don't know, the whole internet thing. So, Laura, sometimes the best medicine for how we deal with troubled people is silence, or just remove them from our lives if we can't. Well, I certainly am on the bandwagon for, when I have problems with people, I try to keep them as far away from me as possible. Depending on what the issue is. But when somebody's been my friend for a long, long time, that's really kind of hard to do, because sometimes they need us to be there for them. And because they've slipped into some kind of mental frailty, so to speak. And so I hope that the right thing to do is make a boundary, so that you can still let them know that you love them and whatnot, and hope that they get some help. My friend, she got a little bit pissed at me, and that I was talking about earlier. She got pissed at me, and finally I just wrote her and I said, sorry, but that's just the way it's got to be for me right now, is I can't deal with it. And after a couple of days, she wrote me back and told me that she was going to see a counselor and it was all going to be okay. And so we're good. We'll see how it all shakes out. But that's, the choices that we make are paramount. I mean, there was like the my old friends at the AA meetings that weren't very accepting, when I transitioned, and that really bothered me. But they're not very, they're both still in my life, but not like they used to be, So, shall I take a look at the? Oh dear! I keep bumping that one string, the cable for this other camera. This one here. This one, the one we all started with back in the day. A little different perspective. You can see my mess over here now. So yeah, I like the other camera better, and I like the angle of it better too. But it's just, something different. I'm just like moving up in my technology, and obviously after I just lost y'all for a few minutes, but I try to keep it within bounds of what I can actually pull off. And so this makes me wonder how the stream that we're going to do on Coffee Day from California is going to work. Oh my. Oh, Yeah, so because he was going to give us a tour of the warehouse, besides do a coffee cupping in front of us, and so we'll just have to see. I'll probably have to do a dry run with him to make sure I can do it. Um, you know, you just never know. I've been thinking about that for the last little bit, a couple of days, and trying to plan for this show. I like slouching again now, and so yeah, it's always the technology, always the technology. Oh gosh, so we kick somebody out. Who's this guy? YouTube user. Maybe we want to get rid of that one too. He's gone. Oh, well. Oh my God! The other day we were talking on Marty's show, about trolls, and I'd said, "Oh, I never got one." So now I've had a couple already today. So isn't that wonderful? So rapidly moving along, I'm just like, oh dear. Yes, I finally made it. Oh my. Well, you know what happens to me. I remember the first time I did it wasn't the first time. I think it was like my third or fourth time that I had to tell my story as the speaker at a meeting of AA one time, and somebody in the audience, interrupted me, and I was on such a roll, and so then I had to stop and think about what they said, and I never was able to regain my composure. And and this happens to me often when I'm speaking. My last professional presentation is so funny, and it was like one of the most humiliating things, because I was in front of like 100 biologists, let's say, all fish biologists were all worried about the steelhead and the Columbia Snake River system. And so I'm getting up there to do my 10-minute talk, and one of the big bosses sitting in the back of the room, I start talking, and he rolls his eyes. He did no more than go, and I looked at him and I thought, oh shit, I'm like going against my agency's protocols. I'm saying the wrong stuff. It's I'm just way out, and I froze. I just absolutely froze, and there was this deafening silence that fell across these 100 people, and all eyes were on moi, and it was just so quiet. And finally I stammered and I stuttered, but I lost the whole gist of my talk. And finally somebody asked me a question, and oh, well, that gave me grounds to find my voice again. Oh geez, I retired a couple of weeks after that. Oh, it was going to be my swan song, I'm always so grandiose when I'm thinking about this stuff. And usually I'm a pretty good public speaker. I'm not the most polished because I don't sit there and go over it and over it. I try to know my material well enough that I can pretty much ad lib all the way through it and follow the plan that I've done. While I'm writing it, I'm learning, and then bingo. But when somebody interrupts me, then all bets are off. All bets are off. Oh, Regina, she just loses it. She cannot find anything, any words, it's just so funny. Oh gosh. and so look at this. So this is kind of one of the things that I've been working with this week too. And it's a bit of a blessing and a bit of a curse. Yeah. I'm feeling the curse part of it this week. I've been this way a lot in my life, all my life, but it's gotten really strong the last couple of years, and I'm just sort of really coming to terms with it. And there's so much that I don't know. So much. One thing about getting older is just the fact that I'm willing to admit I don't know something, because I don't. I can just say, I don't know. I like saying I don't know. And that way I don't have to look stupid by thinking that I do know and giving a bad answer. It's oh, so wow. Well, if you wrenches, why are you wrenches are here? How come I had to kick that one dude out? Just asking. How many have we kicked out today? And anyway, oh my stars. Oh my stars. Well, I hope that you guys have been entertained by our chat today, and not that I'm leaving, because I'm not. I'm just trying to. Oh. How many wrenches does it take to kick out? Well, obviously, there's like 3 of us. So how did it get past the first 2? That's my question. Oh, these guys are great. These guys are great. They must have been working together. And so they all hit the room at the same time. I don't know. Oh, is there an answer to the riddle or or a possible joy? I don't know. So we should probably do another. See, I was trying to work up to my other deal that was going to be my piece de resistance, for the day, and because I had found this deal that had the 4 agreements in just very short little deals, one graphic, and I was going to use that. It's probably because I stole it from something, and I just love the agreements, and we've read out of that book so many times, and oh wait, how many blonde does it take to see? I can do it by myself. Just takes me a while. I have to get somebody to hold the ladder. Hey, I would prefer if we didn't have any blonde jokes in the chat room, Lara. So anyway, I love you guys. That's what this is really all about. Love everyone, even the trolls. We can love them from afar. How do we open our hearts to trolls? That's our topic for next week when we won't be on. How do we open our hearts to trolls? Next week's topic. Y'all study a lot. Get your wrenches out. No. I think it's time for a little Khalil Gibran. With a 10-foot pole with a knife attached to the end of it. I think we get the big book out. I'll try not to take too long to find something. These are all so long. This one's not too bad. And it's the title of it, I have no idea what it says. But it kind of goes along with trolls and, and what we're talking about, community. Just by the title of it, I can see that by the first line. And so let's do this and see where we get. Perfection. You ask me, my brother, when will man reach perfection? Here is my answer. Man approaches perfection when he feels that he is an infinite space and a sea without a shore, an everlasting fire and unquenchable light, a calm wind or a raging tempest, a thundering sky or a rainy heaven, a singing brook or a wailing rivulet, a tree blossom in spring or a naked sapling in autumn, a rising mountain or a descending valley, a desert. When man feels all of these, he has already reached halfway to perfection. To attain his goal, he must then perceive that he is a child dependent upon his mother, a father responsible for his family, a youth lost in love, an ancient wrestling against his past, a worshiper in his temple, a criminal in his prison, a scholar amidst his parchments, an ignorant soul stumbling between the darkness of his night and the obscurity of his day, a nun suffering between the flowers of her faith and the thistles of her loneliness, a prostitute caught between the fangs of her weakness and the claws of her needs, a poor man trapped between his bitterness and his submission, a rich man between his greed and his conscience, a poet between the mist of his twilight and the rays of his dawn. Who can experience, see, and understand these things can reach perfection and become a shadow of God's shadow. Wow, that was kind of cool. That was a little on the profound side, I think. I like that. We've gotten a lot of mileage out of Khalil Gibran around here. And are we still talking about the trolls? Did we have another one? So drop it. You know, they're kind of like stuck in the conscience, you know. They don't know what they do. Idiots. We're fine. So anyway, what do you guys think? You never had one of those little troll dolls, Lara? So did somebody ask a question about psychologists changing light bulbs? How many winches does it take to kick out a troll? Well, that's interesting. That's funny. Funny. So they're a little like the little people of my culture, kind of unpredictable. So anyway, I don't want to get bogged down with trolls. I feel honored to have been making a big enough impact that the trolls have attacked now. And so be it, you know, bring them on. If it makes them feel any better to come in here and fuck with us, then yeah, they out of our personal spaces. Let's keep on keeping on. You know, you can't really hurt us with your bullshit. I have kind of digressed today. I've said fuck about 4 times, and I've said bullshit now. Actually, now I've said fuck about 6 times, and I don't really care. We've been having a good day, and I don't know. I am out of steam, though. You know, send out the fairies. They'll tickle us back to reality. Woohoo! Oh, I could go for a little tickling. Oh my, I'm so funny. Oh dear. What? What? Woohoo! Chug, chug, chug. Oh gosh, you guys. I'm trying to make everybody laugh. Naya, we gotta keep laughing. Otherwise, we get caught up in crying, you know. Oh. Oh. You no knives. You guys aren't as violent as I am, I guess. Um, I always thought I was this big pacifist, and I makes the makeup run. Uh, and then I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, I was having problems with one of my bosses. Every day going to work was just this horrible, horrible experience. There was so much tension in the office. And I would go hang out. We shared an office with another agency, and I would go hang out on the other agency's boss because at least I liked him. And my boss, oh my God, it just drove me over the edge. And I tried to get him fired and failed and almost got fired myself. But for months afterwards, there was so much tension in the office. And oh my God, but I would get home and just think about busting his knees and just beating him with a stick. I had this old axe handle laying up on one of the trees, and Casey, I used to be, you know, I'm glad it used to be. But I used to, oh my God, there has been, like I've said before many times, I always hung out with the crazies that were tough. And that way people would leave me alone. And it was just, and so I thought I was pretty tough too. I've only been in like one fight, one or two fights, and I don't think anything after about 1971, something like that, probably way before most of you were born. And actually, it was more like 69. I think it was before I went in the service. And oh, I remember one time when I was in the service, I got in a fight. And all I did was just deck some guy playing volleyball in jail, and people jumped on us to keep us from getting thrown, going from minimum confinement to max. And so I'm kind of glad, and I knew that would happen when I hit him. I knew it wouldn't go very far, but anyway, yeah, it was always show with me, because I'm not tough, never have been fighter. Oh gosh. What's this about dartboards? Oh, I see. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. When I was still like in junior high school, and my brother was still around, we used to use each other for dartboards, and we had those steel tip darts in those days. Oh God. Nothing, and they wouldn't let us have BB guns because they was afraid we'd get shot in the eye. So we threw darts, you know, makes no sense. Kids will be kids. Way to go, Christy. 5th grade, that's pretty good. Yeah, I was an adult, but I don't think was like trying to defend some friend of mine's honor or something. I got in a fight with this guy. And then the next time I saw him, I was on an airplane and leaving San Diego, and the dude had just gotten out of boot camp. And I thought, oh my God, because he had gained probably 30 pounds in boot camp, and it was all muscle. It was really a lot more attractive than when he went in. But I didn't say that. Yeah, I would never have gotten that, because he actually said I won the fight because he broke his hand when he hit me in the side of the head. And so, anyway. Everyone all over the map today. What's that supposed to mean, Laura? Are you talking about me being all over the map? Is Heidi here now? Hey, Heidi, how are you? Well, I'm glad you're here too. So welcome. So all of you new people, welcome. It's good to see you. There's been some newer people here so it's good to see Naya and Diana here, and Cadence, our blue collar hero. What happened to them? Are they still here? I wanted to say welcome to them. Teresa, good to see you. They weren't. Oh my gosh, there's really a lot of, I can't go all the way back. Oh dear. So we lost part of the folks when I had our technical difficulties. Oh dear. So anyway, okay. Blue collar was just on a short work break. Well, that's cool. So anyway, I think this is it. I think that we're all over the place, and maybe it's just time to call it a day. I've got coffee to roast today. I don't know what tomorrow's going to feel like after they burn my face off. Oh, my stars. I'm not looking forward to that particularly. I suppose it's good now that we're all wearing masks and whatnot. But anyway, we're trying to get fixed up to be healthier in the future. Today is like the coldest day it's been all. I hope I recover quickly too. I'm really kind of concerned about that. I am so freaking vain that, I can't possibly come on here if I've got scabby face and whatnot. And I'm afraid that's what it's going to be. I remember my friend um, Jen had this done to her, and I saw her, and her face was just coming off in big sheets, and so, but it only lasted like that for 2 3 days. I think the dermatologist told me that it would be like 4 5 days before I was really presentable. But I'm going to take the week off, next week off, just for the fun of it, give myself a little break, because I'm really struggling to come up with topics, and I think we did okay today. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I really kind of felt like we got some stuff up. Can you wrap your face? And I could probably, or wear my mask, my Passionate Patty mask, if I can find it. I haven't seen it for a while. And so, maybe I'll do a quick, when it starts getting better, maybe I'll do something just quick, but wear a veil. Wouldn't that be cool? Get my fascinator out and then have a veil that comes down. Oh, oh my God. That would be cool. I would like that. So, so yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. That is the main thing. We have a community here on around the world on YouTube, and more and more it is leaping off of this, and we get the chance to interact as people more and more. So I just find that amazing. A year ago, we were just getting locked down 11 months ago. And I mean, I closed my coffee shop the end of March last year, and we had gone to no seating for a month. And a paper bag. Oh, you guys, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Oh, wounded, mortally wounded. Oh gosh. But here I get started again, and we'll go 10 more minutes, and then it'll be time to quit for sure then. But our community is growing, and we're just becoming a force, and fuck a bunch of trolls and people who don't understand, and we're human beings, and I'm oh, there's Holly. Thank you, Holly. I hope you guys are doing well as can be. And a cigarette, long black gloves. I have a vision in my head. Well, maybe I should come over to your house, and I don't have a long black veil. Oh, I do. I do. Wait a second. Wait a second. I've got an idea. You guys wait right here. I'll be right back. the veil is not strong enough. It's too, oh, how do you say, see through. What do you think? What do you think? Is this what you, yeah, the long black veil. So anyway, well, that should about wrap it up, maybe, but I think I'm going to take a week off anyway. And maybe I'll do a impromptu short little live or something. So um, keep your notifications on, and maybe some evening or something when nobody else is doing anything. We will try. It means a lot to me that you guys want me to come on, even with a bunch of shit done to my face and whatnot. Pardon my language. And hey, you have a good week, Heidi. Good to see you today. And so anyway, let's call it a day. I keep saying we're going to do that, and then I go on and on, and you guys just choke me up sometimes. You're so kind and send me so much love, and I'm not always sure that I deserve it or anything, but oh my stars, thank you. Oh my, that's fabulous. Anyway, love you all to pieces. I'm gonna go. Take care. We'll see you in 2 weeks if I don't see you before. You just never know what Regina might have up her sleeve. I always kind of like doing a little surprise or something. So anyway, thank you so much. We will talk to you all later. Have a good rest of the week and next week, and let's love everybody and tell the truth. And we can't ask for any more than that. And so take care. Love y'all. This is it. Over and out. Bye-bye.